Good morning, good morning, good morning. Recording this on the 25th of December. And there's a little update on my Glock 17 build. So, like I said in the last video, had bought this with the Trijicon optic. The optic worked great, but it was kind of old, it was kind of beat up. I took it to the range, and after I think about 90 rounds, somewhere around 90 rounds, I started to experience that flicker. Like you shoot one, the dot would go off. You shoot again, dot would come back off. Shoot one, go off, and then and so on and so forth. You know what I'm saying? I mean, it wasn't a big deal for me, but right then you just know the reliability of the product is going down just through natural wear and tear at that point. So I think the day after that, I started the process of sending that out back to Trijicon for them to see if they can repair or better yet replace it. So that's pretty much where I'm at right now. So I'm just rocking it without anything here in place of the optic. I think the turnaround, estimated turnaround that I got back from them in the emails about 2 to 4 weeks. That's why I wanted to get it started as quick as possible. I sent it out this week through UPS. Hopefully it'll get there in a reasonable time, and then the turnaround will be reasonable as well. And I'll keep y'all updated on that, but everything else is good. For the base plate, I went in and I put a screw in it, had to do a little bit of plastic work. I had to melt some plastic in the hole that was there. Then I recreated another hole, and I was like, I could do this better. So I pulled apart some like old, what they call it, those old TV boxes, you know what I'm saying, where you can find those 1 terabyte like disc drives in, you know what I'm saying, for the TV. I forgot what they call them, man, like whatever it is. But they have standoff, like screw standoffs and stuff inside those things. So I pulled one of those standoffs on. I used a little heat pen to bury it inside the plastic, and then I put a screw in right behind that. You know what I'm saying? It's not coming out. You feel me? Not coming out at all. Works great. Works perfect. I did the same thing to my brother-in-law's Glock 22. I did the same thing. I printed him out one, and then pretty much went through the same procedure. He inserted some, that's another one of those standoffs, and put the same screw in it. Works perfect as well. Other than that, this is how I've been rocking it. When I got it, I only got one like standard 17 round Glock mag. Didn't really care about that because I've been had these 30 round Glock mags just chilling around the house. So that's pretty much how I'm rocking it with the 30 round, well, 33 round. And this is now like 17 and 19 round mag right here. That's pretty much it. Have this by my bedside, chilling with it, getting familiar with it. That's what I'm saying. Every time you buy or purchase a new gun, what you want to do is familiarize yourself with it. You want to know how to work it, how to disassemble it, how to clean it, maintenance it, what parts it has, what's going on with it. And pretty much Glock makes that experience streamlined across all of their firearm products, which is good. No complaints about that. And what I've been saying, I feel like these newer these newer lowers, it is so light. I mean, the only weight I'm feeling is the the light up at top. I mean, it's crazy. But yeah, really, I just been enjoying the gun. You know what I'm saying? It's a vibe for me. This is one of my low key Grail guns. Instead of, like, I had a Glock 21, that was my Grail gun right there. Glock 30, Grail gun. Glock 17, definitely a Grail gun. The 19, I haven't gotten myself a 19 yet, but I wouldn't get myself a regular 19 at this point. You have the 19X on the market, and even near that, you have the Glock 47 and Glock 45, which is pretty much that kind of, well, other than the Glock, so I'm more talking about the Glock 45. It's more in that Glock 19 footprint. But that's pretty much it right now. Always happy to speak to you guys in the comments. Y'all be roasting me on what I be saying in my vernacular and all that. It's always fun. When I comment back to y'all, I don't try to be malicious. I just try, you know what I'm saying, laugh with y'all and shit like that. But is this another Glock 17 Gen 4 video? And pretty much I'm just gonna be giving y'all updates on this RMA process with this Trijicon. And if they do decide to send me back a brand new one, we're gonna do a review on that and the process in between. You feel me? It's always good. I don't really see people put these things on the internet, their process with it. One thing I can say about Trijicon, they get back quick with their replies. Like, soon as I put in the RMA, they came back with text messages with instructions on how to package and which packaging service or shipping services I should use. As soon as I went through one of the ones they recommended, and I sent them the tracking information. What's a good thing, you guys, anytime you guys are sending something back to a company to get fixed or serviced or anything, you just want to take pictures of everything down the line you do. You know what I'm saying? Make sure you clean off the product, make it look presentable, make sure you ship it in the orientation they want to. Most of these lights have batteries in them. That means they can't really go on planes and shit. So you gotta take out the batteries, or if you do ship it with the battery, you gotta get the label saying there's a lithium battery in it. All that type of shit. But take pictures of it every step like I did. I didn't send those pictures with the email I sent with the tracking information, but I do have those in the tuck because I did have a experience with SIG. I sent in an optic that wasn't exhibiting the same behavior as this one, but something along, it was just it just looked weird. It looked like moisture or mold or something started growing inside the optic, and I just wasn't happy with the clarity of it. So I emailed them. They tried to diagnose it over email, had me do different things, you know what I'm saying, and take pictures, send it back and forth. That was for a couple days. That part of the process wasn't a problem to me. I understand what they were trying to do. Like, if we can fix this problem without me sending them the product back, but ended up being something that I myself couldn't fix. So I sent it. They decided that, which is good. I mean, it worked out for me. They decided the product couldn't be fixed. So they upgraded me and sent a new product to me free of charge, which I'm very thankful for that. That was cool. But they shipped it with FedEx, and FedEx lost the package, y'all. So this was like, the turnaround was really quick. It was like a 1 week thing. You know what I'm saying? They said, okay, we can't fix it, we'll send you a new one. That was within 1 week. You feel me? Well, not like 1 week proper, but like 7 to 8 days. It was within 7 to 8 days that they decided to send me a new product. And FedEx lost the shipment. I was like, damn, son. And this was optic I was gonna put on my AR. So my AR was this optic-less for like 2 weeks, because it took them like 2 weeks for FedEx to do their little thing on how they try to track packages and stuff. And then it took like another week for between me like sending emails back to SIG like, hey yo, these guys look like they can't find it or whatever. And I said, you might as well just send me out a new one. And then now they said we gotta wait until they're done with their bullshit. So I was like, damn it. But either way, that 1 week thing turned into like 4 weeks. So I'm not saying, I'm not putting any bad dirt on FedEx's name. It's just that certain situation really was like, I wouldn't use them as a shipping service unless I absolutely have to. So I went with another one for this Trijicon UPS. Hope everything turns out good with that. You feel me? I'm checking the status of the package, you know, daily, seeing where it's at, and pretty much I'm gonna send an email to Trijicon when it arrives. They'll be like, yo, I just received notification that this reached your place. You feel me? But always keep on top of your shit. Always keep records. Always keep pictures, because at the end of the day, you spend money on these products, and these products comes with terms and services from the manufacturer that you should totally utilize. You feel me? So you should totally utilize, but then you got to take into account shit that's be happening. You feel me? Random shit that's be happening. So keep on those P and Qs, y'all. Oh yeah, hold on. This should be its own separate video, but boom. Yo, I've gotten so much use out of this eBay holster. It's literally hilarious. So I bought this originally started as a Glock 21 holster with the TLR1 HL. And I sold the Glock 21, but I was like, let me keep this holster. Got the Glock 30, trimmed it up, shaved where I needed to shave, put the heat gun on it to form it. I got this to hold my Glock 30. You know what I'm saying? So that's two guns. That's two guns, one holster. And then sold the Glock 30. Got the Glock 17. And I was like, you know what? We can squeeze more life out of this. Boom. 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 That's what I'm saying. Like, products like these, you know, I mean, I know it would be harder. All right, let me scrap that whole thing I was about to say. When you have an holster that's associated with a light, with a weapon light, it's way easier to form that holster to another gun with that light attached to it than it is if you tried to do this with a holster that came just for the gun, like it didn't have any space for the light. That's what I noticed about these things now. So you'll get more life out of a cheap ass holster like this than you would paying like 100, 150 for T-Rex, or 99, 100, you know what I mean, for a T-Rex, a tier 1, Safari Land holster. Like, those guns are pretty much, I mean, those holsters are like locked to one gun, you feel me, and one light, and there's no room for you to, unless you're going to completely ruin the product, there's no room for you to really squeeze extra life out of it beyond that platform you bought it for. You feel what I'm saying? So I bought this holster off of eBay for like less than $50, and I done gave it new life 3 times, or 2 times, you know what I'm saying? Because Glock 21, the Glock 30, the Glock 17, you know what I'm saying? So different guns, same holster. Boom. Anyway, guys, there's been another video on some updates on things, and It's been a great Christmas over by me in Florida. I hope everybody else is having a fantastic Christmas. And I hope everybody has the priorities locked in for the oncoming year. And I wish you all well. You understand? See you later.